it seems to be starting to cool off. Right down across from the combustion chamber, it gets up to about 590. And when the gas comes out, the pipe where the gas comes out is already down to 190. And we're in the cyclone. It's 133. And my cooling fins, it's down to 105. So it's losing temperature as it goes, which is what you want. Now, once it comes out of the first filter, it's 124, and now it's at the top where it's actually coming out of the filter, it's only 84. So from the time it enters to the time it comes out, it loses a lot of temperature, which is good. Because all this is plastic, so you don't want that much temperature. So I'm going to try switching over to the secondary filter now. And it probably isn't going to light right away. What color flame is that?
That's more of a red, but on here it looks yellow.
Okay, well that's a reddy orange flame.
Yeah, it's reddy orange.
Okay, I'm going to switch over to the other filter system. I'll have to turn the air off, the gas off to this filter, and open to this filter, and then turn this fan on. So, first of all, I'll turn this one off. I'll turn this fan on. And I'll turn that on, and I'll turn this fan on. Okay, so now we've shut this fan off to that flame, and we're now directing the gas through into another filter system, and it'll come out there. So hopefully when it comes out, it will be ignitable and a little bit cleaner. It'll take a little while for it to pull through because it doesn't draw quite as hard, and it's being choked down to 1 inch here. So we have lots of air open. So it has to filter its way up through probably about this much sawdust or chips. So once it does that, then it'll start coming out here. You can just see some smoke starting to come out, but it'll eventually build up so that more comes out. Of course, there's nothing there right now. Well, surprisingly, there is a flame there. I'm just wondering if that isn't choked down too much.
It wants to stay.
It's building up gas. It's still a reddy orange flame, though. It's not the nice blue I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
As this heats up and burns, it may change.
You might have to open the air again, or?
Pardon me?
You closed one air valve, didn't you?
I didn't hear that.
You closed one air valve.
No, I don't want to close any.
You did, I thought, already.
No, I opened it up.
Okay.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jostle my fuel here again, because it burns out in the center. I need some sort of auger system that stirs up the center so that I can I don't have to do this every 15 minutes, because that's the biggest problem I see with this one so far, is that using smaller chips like that, it burns out from the center and the chips fall down, and once the center is burnt out, then the rest doesn't follow in because the fuel is so light. So now doing what I did there has obviously affected the combustion, the type of gas that's coming out. So there's a few tweaks. This is a prototype. It's got a lot of It's got a lot of tweaking to do. I'm gonna get my coffee.
It went out.
But as you can see, well, there's a bit of smoke. You don't see a lot of smoke. I'm just wondering if maybe this fan is blowing a little too hard for being choked down to 1 inch here. So pretty soon here, I'm going to hook this hose up, blow this flame out, hook the hose up to this pipe and try and start that engine. Like I say, it doesn't have a carb on it. I had to take the carb off. I was hoping to start it on gas to get it drawing, because it's quite finicky when you're trying to start it if you don't have just the right setting in the air. Sometimes you can pull a long time and it won't start. So this is the first time I've ever attempted to start an actual 4-stroke engine on one of these.
We're not going to see all that much. It's pretty dark, but you'll
hear it.
Yeah.
If it starts. The gas isn't as clean as I would like it to be, but it's orangey yellow, which from what I understand is just carbon and soot. It's not tar. Tar is the big thing that you don't want going into your engine. If it was a yellow flame, which it may look yellow on the video, it is a red and orangey flame with a little tinge of blue in there. So it should be good enough gas to run an engine. I'm just using an old engine anyway, just in case I do mess it up. But I should try and do it while I have gas coming out of there without having to stir that up. So here's goes anything. I got the air open a little bit. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to shut this fan off.
It's pretty noisy. Yep.
There you have it. It's the first attempt, and I think after a couple of pulls and it starting, I think it actually went pretty good.
How come this is all smoking pretty bad?
Yeah, okay, now I have to turn my fan back on here and reignite.
I think you should be pretty happy.
Yeah, that actually, if it wasn't so late at night, I would run it
for.
If it wasn't so late at night,
We don't see you anyway. It's just
Oh.
black. But
if it wasn't so late at night, I'd run it longer, and so then I could check the plugs to see if it's getting tar and stuff. As it is right now, I didn't run it long enough because it's after dark and the neighbors might get upset.
yeah, well, how come it was getting too much gas, eh?
Yeah, it appears that the gas, it was too rich a mixture where as I closed the air, I could control it better. Like if I left the air wide open, with the amount of gas that was going in there in the air, it was just running away. Like there was no controlling it because it's like having your throttle wide open. But that's what the air does. Is the air then changes your mixture and takes away some of the power. But as you can see, like we had that thing winding out pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah.